My dear follower, have you ever thought that achieving your goal could potentially lead to the destruction of your life? Yes, achieving your goal could indeed result in devastating consequences. Many people, including D. Carnegie, Stephen Covey, and many others, confirm this reality. Today, I will teach you how to ensure that your goal won't cause harm to your life. Not only that, but I will also guide you on how to determine if the goal you have set for yourself is truly the ultimate purpose you want to achieve. If you're among those who haven't yet defined their life's goal or struggled to do so, don't worry. In this video, I will explain the second habit from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the brilliant author Stephen Richard Covey. This book will undoubtedly change your life. Grab your favorite cup of coffee or your preferred drink and pay close attention, because this habit can help you avoid making a grave mistake that may only become apparent after 60 years of your life. Let's enjoy this journey of self-discovery together. Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Welcome, my friend. You are following the Dopamine Channel, where we combine music and books. I am your brother Fahad Al-Tumi. If you are new to this channel, I read books and provide you with their benefits. If you want to gain knowledge without reading, subscribe to the channel. First, let me teach you how achieving your goal could potentially lead to the destruction of your life on the 18th of Ramadan. I went to my sister and asked her a question with 4 days for her to answer. The question was, what are the things you can do in your life? Or are you compelled to do them? You might not be doing them now, but if you do and continue, they can make a tremendous difference in your life. I told her it would be a massive difference, like achieving 2 million followers or becoming a millionaire in 5 years to this extent. She hesitated, saying it's impossible. Trust me, it is possible. You just need to think and understand which actions, if done consistently, can bring such a huge change. Take your 4 days, and then I will come back for your answer. After the 4 days passed, my sister came back, and I asked her how it went. She had a long list and started explaining it to me. She planned to do this and that, learn this and that, work on these and those. As she was speaking, it came to my mind the second habit, and I decided to give her a simple explanation about it. I will explain the Eisenhower matrix for time management, which can entirely change her life, in the next video, my dear follower. At the same time, I thought of the second habit, so I decided to give her a brief explanation of it. Stephen Covey says when you make this list, you need to keep in mind that you play multiple roles in life, not just one role. For example, you are the individual, the daughter, the sister, the wife, the mother, the friend, the neighbor, the coworker, and the list goes on. So, keep in mind that you are juggling between all these roles while you are making your list. Many roles are part of these roles. For sure, there are 2 or 3 roles that are more important to you. When you set a life goal and the steps that will make a difference in your life to achieve this goal, make sure that this goal covers all the roles that matter to you. For example, you can say the roles that matter to me are being an individual, a daughter, a wife, and a mother. Then, you list things related to each role. If you do them, a significant difference will happen in that specific role. Next, in the list, you put the things that will make a tremendous difference in all these 4 roles. Looking at the list you gave me, I don't see that you considered more than one role, which is being an individual. For instance, you didn't think about the things that, if done, will make a significant difference in your relationship with your mother. My sister was surprised and said she never thought of setting a life goal that serves all her roles. I told her it's okay, it's natural, and we all do that. But it's great that you noticed this today. Let me explain the Eisenhower matrix now, and then you can go back to this list and make some adjustments, my friend. The problem, my follower, begins when Stephen Covey says you have multiple roles in life, and your life goal must be built upon these roles that matter to you. Because you can set very strong and excellent life goals, but there are things in your life that matter to you and are much more valuable than the goal itself. Many of us, when setting life goals, aim to satisfy society. For example, someone says they want to become a successful businessman and starts working for 20 or 30 years to reach that goal. After 30 years, they realize that this goal has consumed them and distanced them from their mother, father, life partner, and children. They then try to compensate for the absence they caused after achieving the goal, only to discover that it's too late, and the opportunity has passed. They want to make up for it, especially with their mother and father. And he might not find them and discover that his relationship with his life partner has withered and become cold and stagnant, and there is a significant gap in his relationship with his children that would take years to shrink. From here, he will realize that achieving his life goal and becoming a successful businessman is not as precious or important as his relationship with his mother, father, life partner, and children. Dale Carnegie in his book says, when you come to set a goal in life, make sure that achieving this goal will not destroy other goals or things in your life. It will not ruin other goals or things in your life. Carnegie narrates the story of a man, a salesman, who decided one year to achieve $1 million in sales, and he and his family were enthusiastic about it. They were excited, and the year began, and this man started traveling all over the United States to achieve the $1 million in sales. After a few months, his wife called him and asked, "How are you doing? How are things? Are you okay?" He replied, "Thank God, everything is fine." She asked him about his progress with achieving his goal. He said, "I started, and thank God, I'm making good progress." She complimented him and then honestly said, "But to be honest, I called you because we need you during this period." He said, "I'm sorry, but I have commitments with companies and clients, and I can't just leave." She replied, "It's okay, but please try to come and spend a week or two with us as soon as you can. Your children need you, they need your presence with them a lot." He reassured her, saying, "Don't worry. I will achieve the $1 million, and then I will come back to you, and we will live a very beautiful life together." After 1 or 2 months, she called him again and urgently said, "You have to come back now. Your children need you, your children. And then they live in chaos. You need to go back and see how they're doing." He said, "No, my dear, I can't. I have commitments in businesses and companies. I can't leave them." She said, "But you have to come back. Your children are in their teenage years, and you need to be present with them. One of them is hanging out with people who might lead him astray, and the other's academic performance has dropped terrifyingly, and I'm worried about his future. It can't go to waste. You have to go back and see how they're doing." He replied, "It's okay, it's only a few months. Hopefully, they can handle it." He was determined to achieve the $1 million and then return to them. However, it had a significant impact on his family, who were more valuable to him, and just before the end of the year by a little bit, he indeed achieved the $1 million. But then he found out that one of his sons was killed due to the people he was hanging out with, and his other son got involved in a crime, ending up in jail. His wife filed for divorce. He gained the $1 million but lost something much more precious than the $1 million. No. He wished he had taken the full $1 million. After that, she would file a case and take half of the $1 million, and he would get upset. As Stephen Covey says, define your roles that matter to you in life and build your life around them. When you do that, you will achieve your goals without losing your extremely valuable relationships with your family. For example, you may have set a goal for yourself to become the CEO of one of the largest companies, and you work tirelessly every day and every moment to achieve this goal. At the same time, you have in mind that your role as a son and as a life partner is important. So, when anything related to your mother, father, or life partner comes up, you stop your work and pay attention to them because you know it's important to you. This role must always be kept in mind. After a while, you will become the CEO, a caring son, an ideal life partner, and a good father or mother, with a good relationship with your children. Alright? If you are one of those people who have difficulty achieving their true goals so far, haven't defined a life goal, or don't know what you want from life, I will give you 2 methods. The first method will help you define your roles and what matters to you in these roles. What matters to you as a son? What matters to you as a life partner? What matters to you as a father or mother? The second method will teach you how to reach the things you love and want to do in life and make them your life's purpose. Close your eyes and try to be in a quiet place with no distractions, no phone, no sound, nothing. Try to imagine that one day you wake up to attend the funeral of the most important person in your life. Far from evil, my friend. The follower stays far from evil, and imagine that he started getting ready, dressed up, and went to the mosque. Of course, he said the church, but we say the mosque, so he reached the mosque. When he entered, he saw his friends, relatives, family, children, life partner, and almost all the people who matter to him. He wanted to take one last look at this person who matters to him, only to discover that the deceased person is actually himself, my friend, the follower, staying far from evil. In the name of God, he stayed far from evil. After the funeral ceremonies and condolences, people at the gathering began to talk about him and express their opinions about him. And seeing all these people and opinions, it surely mattered to him what his family, children, life partner, and friends would say about him after his passing. These are the real goals he wants to achieve in life. For example, he wants his parents to say, "By God, Nasser was a good person, a kind son, and he was close to us and supportive." He wants his life partner to say, "He was an ideal partner, a pillar of support, very close and caring," and the same story goes for our children. He wants them to say, "Our relationship with our father was excellent. He was very close to us, from childhood to adolescence and beyond." His friends would say about him, "He had good words and he walked the talk." These are the real goals he wants to achieve in life. Stephen Covey advises to use visualization and try to truly feel this experience, as it will lead to achieving your real goals. Try it, my friend, the follower. I tried it, and it was an amazing experience, to be honest. After using this visualization technique, my friend, the follower, and knowing what matters to you from these roles, and I hope you didn't fall asleep halfway through the experience. Let me now teach you how to identify the things you truly love in life and make them the focus of your life. In a YouTube video by Ellen Watts, she mentions that many students come to her during the summer and say, "Professor, we are confused. We don't know what to choose in life, and we don't know how to reach what we truly want. Can you please help us?" She answers them and says, "I swear, my friend, the follower, pay attention. The answer is crucial. Imagine there's no money in life. What would you do then? What profession or hobby would you pursue if there were no such thing as money?" When she asks them this question, their answers and aspirations diminish. Instead of saying, "I want to become a doctor, engineer, or pilot," she hears them say, "I want to learn swimming, become an artist, play music, go fishing, or climb mountains." She tells them, this thing that you truly desire in life, the one you should be doing because you would do it even if there were no money, forget about the money and do what you love. The thing that you would do even without money is what you should pursue. She then said a sentence that deeply touched me in my life. She said, "I thought that getting money was the ultimate goal that would consume my whole life, but instead, I ended up doing things I didn't love just to live a life where I do things I don't love. Oh my God. Oh my God. Indeed, this is what is happening to us. We go to study subjects that we don't love to learn skills that we don't love just to find employment. And we add things we don't love to our lives, and our whole life goes by without doing the things we truly love. Oh my friend, when will you see, my friend, the follower, this is called philosophy, and I believe I love doing philosophy. From now on, I will do philosophy, and Stephen Covey also talks about it in his book. He tells a story about a university professor who says that on that day, he was very, very depressed and hated going to work, hated the university, hated teaching, and everything. I mean, everything was bothering him. I asked him, in your free time, what do you do? He said, I spend the whole week studying at the university, and when I return home, I continue studying for the lecture I will give tomorrow, but during the weekend, I have a garage converted into a woodworking workshop. I teach the neighborhood kids how to work with wood. He said that as soon as the woodworking workshop subject came up, his face lit up, and he smiled while happily talking about it. He mentioned how he loves woodworking and how, if he didn't have money in his mind, he would become a carpenter. However, he's forced to study civil engineering so he can lecture at the university to gain money and status in society. Also, Ellen Watts says that it is better to live a short life filled with things you love rather than living a long, gloomy life full of things you don't love. So, my friend, the follower, let's do what you love, and don't be afraid because what you love to do in your life, even if it's carpentry, could turn you into a millionaire. Steve Harvey says that doing what you love in life is the key to wealth that God has given you. He says that he has loved comedy his whole life, and he was homeless, but when he pursued comedy, he became a millionaire today. And this is true, my friend, the follower. All you have to do is what you love, treat it like a business, and present it in a very high-quality way. It doesn't have to be different from others, but it must be better than them. For example, go on YouTube now, don't go far. You will find people earning hundreds of thousands of reals per month, mashallah, may God increase them, just because they play PlayStation. But when they start producing content on YouTube, they present their content in an excellent, exceptional way. They don't necessarily do something completely different from others, but they do it on a larger scale, and the quality is much better. The best investment I've heard of in one day is the story of a person who enters $1 million per month. He said, I advise my children to leave their books and go play PlayStation. Don't waste your time. The idea he wants to convey is that you should do what you love and excel in it, and you will earn $1 million from it. I also suggest you go on YouTube and see how many people are making a lot of money just by doing what they love. Some love playing PlayStation and recording themselves, while others love traveling and recording their trips. They find joy in these things. The key is to treat what you love as a business and present it with high quality. By the way, I have decided to open a channel and provide content that I love. I spend a lot of time working on this channel, but I am happy because I love what I am doing. I realized there are already many channels on YouTube providing the same content, but I didn't try to do something different. I just focus on presenting the content I love in the best possible way. You can do the same. Do what you love and present it in a unique and excellent way, even if it's not YouTube content. For example, if you love making coffee, make sure you offer the best coffee service in town. People will leave the others and come to you. This will be successful, God willing. By the way, this doesn't mean you can't study and get a good academic degree and have a good job while doing what you love. So, my friend, the follower, identify the roles that matter to you in life and build your life's goal based on them. Do what you love, and this is the essence of the second habit of the 7 habits. After doing that, write your life's message on a board, for example. Write, I want to be a successful businessman, a good son, a perfect life partner, and a close father to my children. I want to be a person of integrity in all my relationships with friends, neighbors, and everyone I know.